On December 3rd, the day before I turned 55, I was having my hair done. I was planning on going to a Christmas party that night at my church. My heart started to race very rapidly, something that I've never experienced before. And I tried to stay very calm and rest in the Lord, but I was concerned. I didn't have a peace about why my heart was racing like that. So I prayed, and Holy Spirit, what do you want me to do? And he highlighted an emergency walk-in clinic right next to my hair salon. So I went in and I was telling the receptionist my symptom. The doctor said, get her in here now. And so she had the EKG machine ready. And when she had me on the table for a minute, she said, this is what I thought. You're in atrial fibrillation, Afib. And my heart was going all the way up to 200, 186, 200. It was just jumping, and it was very high. She said, I am calling an ambulance. I just didn't know what was going to occur, but I just trusted the Lord. I was afraid, but I just remember he said, be not afraid. And so I just kept clinging to him. Then the paramedics arrived, and they got me on the gurney, and he hooked me up, and he took my hand into his hand, and he said, I have AFib, but you're gonna be okay, and I'm a Christian. I'm gonna pray for you. And I just felt a peace flood me. They ran so many tests and x-rays, and there was nothing structurally wrong with my heart. But even after they had an IV with this special cardiac medicine, my heart was not doing what they expected it to do. So they continued to increase that medicine and told me they were gonna put me overnight and see a cardiologist in the morning. And the very next morning, the cardiologist had a test performed on me. It was still in AFib, and he told me that my heart was fine, and they were gonna get to the root why. Of course, I had questions, why did this happen? So for 5 days, it was a battle for my health. The next day, they came into my room, and they looked at me and said, we're not getting where we thought we would get, and the next step is a cardioversion, and they explained it to me. They shocked the heart. I was very afraid of that. That scared me because of shock to the heart, and I was just telling the Lord it was traumatic, and I knew I couldn't handle it. But Lord, your will, if I have to go through it, you'll be there for me, but Lord, help me not be afraid. In the interim, I had so many people at CBN praying for me, my church, and my sister-in-law kept sending me encouragement.
And just every day lifted her up in prayer. And when it came to the 5th day of her being in the hospital, I said, well, you know, I better go visit her. I was expecting her actually to be out a little bit sooner than that. And I said, okay, I need to go visit her and just, you know, see what's going on. Lord, why isn't she healed yet?
She came to visit me on day 5 in the hospital. She stood up at the very foot of my bed, and she put her hands out like this and said,
Jesus to put his hot, healing hands around her heart.
When she said that, I saw it. It was like I could see it, I seen him doing it. And the nurse comes in 30 minutes later, and she takes a look at the heart monitor, and she says, your heart rate's at 68. And my response was, well, that's my normal resting heart rate. And I started to cry, and I said, I got my miracle I've been praying for. She goes, I believe you did. The next morning, they woke me up. Everything was stable. Everything was normal. I had been given glory, telling people, texting people this miracle, because I knew it was finished. I knew it was done.
He wants to heal people. And so I just take that to heart and believe it. And I believed it for Sandy.
As I was getting ready to be discharged, the discharging doctor, not the cardiologist, he looked at my monitor and he said, wait a minute, did she convert back into normal sinus rhythm? He didn't even know that, he just knew the heart rate was normal. And I said, Jesus did it. But Jesus did it. He reset, he recalibrated my heart, and I'm grateful. Because he is healer and he is faithful, and just keep believing and the power of prayer.